welcome to my kitchen. We're going to make a dish called chicken LIN, and so we're going to get right started. I've got some about a tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons of butter getting ready to melt here in this pan. And I actually just got these pans recently. This is from QVC, my favorite place to shop. So we are just going to melt this butter right on down to nothing. Spread it around, get it melted. And I have just a bag of the pre-cooked frozen chicken strips, or the cubes. You can use whichever you prefer, or fresh chicken. You can just cook it up however you like. Make sure it's kind of cubed up. And this right here is in strips, but I'll cube that up after it's been cooked. So it looks like it's pretty good and melted here for the most part. So we're going to go ahead and add the chicken in here. This basically is just to give it some flavor. If you thaw this out ahead of time, you can put it right in your chicken LIN, just like it does when it'll cook in the oven the rest of the way. So just going to saute this around a little bit. Get some good browning going on here, and while that's browning for a quick second, I'm actually going to grab my lid. Now while that's cooking, you can fill up your Dutch oven. It's about the size that I use. We're going to fill this probably about 3/4 of the way full. And we're going to get this boiling because we're going to put some egg noodles in here. This is going to be obviously the main part of our chicken LIN. You're also going to need a tub of sour cream, just your regular sized tub of sour cream, and 2 cans of chicken noodle soup, or excuse me, cream of chicken soup. That's supposed to be chicken noodle, but it wouldn't be the same, so. Alright, I'm just going to get this filled up here. I love this dish. My kids love this dish. This is a family favorite from a friend of mine that gave it to me. Who's a fabulous cook. So we are going to get this on the stove, get this boiling. Your egg noodles are not going to take that long. They're only going to take maybe 5 or 10 minutes to boil. So this is something that you can be doing while the chicken is cooking. And I think that's about got it. Now, a trick I learned a while ago, and you all may already know this, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway, is that this is what Rachel Ray always says, to always salt your water when you're cooking noodles, because it's the only opportunity you have to salt your noodles. So we're just going to put a little bit of salt in here. However much you like, that's good. Get this baby going. Alright. Check out this chicken here. Smells good. I just started using these pans, and I really like them because they're ceramic. They're not Teflon, so we don't have to worry about anything chipping off and getting into our food. Because that's what was happening to my old set. These have nice rubber handles on them. They don't get hot. So, stir that around a little bit. Good. So we're just going to let this cook up, get the water to boil, and I'm going to put the noodles in, and I'll be right back to do the rest of it. Okay, we're back. Getting ready to add the noodles into the boiling water. We're good and boiling now, so I'm going to dump these in a whole bag, let those go for a few minutes, and while I'm doing that, while that's boiling, I'm going to go ahead and make up the mixture of the sour cream and the 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Now what I wanted to mention about the chicken is if you do use fresh chicken, you're going to want to dice that up and cook it before you put it in this dish. With the pre-cooked, saves you a little bit of time, saves you a little bit of effort, but whatever you prefer. If you want to season it up, you can season it up with anything that you like. Okay, so we're going to dump in a whole container of sour cream. Right there, right in the bowl. I love sour cream. Sour cream makes any dish better. Along with cheese. but there is no cheese in this dish, so sorry. Okay. Put that in there. Now we're going to get our 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. In there. Number 2 can. And of course, if you don't like cream of chicken soup, we're using cream of chicken because this is a chicken dish, but you could use cream of celery, cream of potato, really any kind of cream soup that you would like would work in this. Get that stirred up together. This is a really good sauce to go in this dish. Alright, get that good and stirred. I've got my chicken all diced up, cooked and ready to go. I'm just going to give these noodles a stir. Make sure that they're not sticking together here. Nope, looking good. Alright. Coming along. Okay, while that's finishing, I'm going to go ahead and get a pretty good sized bowl here, and we're going to take our mixture. If you wanted to save yourself the extra step, go ahead and mix your stuff right in this bowl. Why I didn't think of that, I don't know. But I'm going to get this right in this bowl. Oh, yeah, I should have just mixed that in a big bowl. That's alright. What's an extra dish? Alright. Let's get that out of there. Sour cream on the hand. Taste testing is what I call it. Alright, I'm going to get a bigger spoon for this mixing. I'm going to add your chicken right on into this cream mixture of sour cream and soup. Mixed in there. Once those noodles are done, we're going to drain those well, and then we're going to throw these right into this mixture as well. Alright. Looks like it's pretty good and mixed up. And as soon as those noodles are done, we're going to drain those and get them right in this bowl. So we'll be back in a second. Drained. They're just over here finishing draining off some of the water. I'm going to shake those out a little bit, and now it's time to add this to our cream mixture and our chicken. Just going to bring this right over to the bowl, dump it on in. Whoops. Hopefully a little more gracefully than I just did. Get all those noodles out. Do not want to spare any noodles. We're just going to get this all incorporated together. Mix that in good. If you prefer like extra wide noodles, that would be good too. Or I've never made this with spaghetti noodles, but hey, you know, give it a try. Get crazy. Or any other noodles for that matter. These are just a really good noodle for this dish because they're thick and they're good consistency to not break down with this cream sauce. So, all right. I think we're mixed pretty well. Now I've got I'm not sure what size pan this is. It's a nice big pan that I've sprayed with some cooking spray. You don't want this thing to stick because it probably will. Might not be too bad if you forget because of the cream sauce, but you definitely want to try to get that sprayed. So we're going to get this into our pan. Dump it right in. I got this pan from my husband's grandmother. Back in the days, we used these great big pans for just everyday cooking. Alright, I'm gonna get that kind of evened out in there, almost like a lasagna style thing. Alright. I think that's pretty even for the most part. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is cooking, not science. So, now we're going to take some crushed Ritz crackers or club crackers, whichever you prefer. I prefer the Ritz. They're a little more substantial. So we're going to take and crush these up. I've already started a bag of some crushed ones. I prefer to do it in a bag because then it contains the crumbs from going all over the place. Except where they should be. I'm just going to crush those up. And I usually use about a tube and a half to 2 of these tubes of crackers. I have an extra one here just in case, but I'm going to add that whole tube right in and just getting crushed up. You can also use a rolling pin on this if you'd like. And get those even finer, but some people like them a little bigger pieces, and that's okay too. Alright. My husband likes to add extra crackers to his. Alright, that's pretty broken up pretty good. Now we're going to turn our oven on 350 degrees for this. Get that going on heating up. This is going to go in a 350 degree oven for about half an hour to 45 minutes if you have one that's this big of a dish. So if you want to cut that down and you make a smaller dish, maybe about 20 minutes to half an hour. But for this size, we're going to go about 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe 45 on the outside. Okay, we're just going to sprinkle these along the top. No real rhyme or reason here. We're just going to coat the top with crackers. Those broken down a little bit more. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not supposed to be a Mona Lisa. Although I feel cooking is an art, but it's not the kind of art that has to be perfect. In fact, the crazier you get, the better. Start creating your own recipes and your own concoctions out of things, changing up dishes, adding spices. It all works to what your family likes. Alright. I actually don't think I used, well, yeah, I guess I did use about a tube and a half here, because I had some in here already. But I don't think I'm going to use this whole bag, because it looks like it's pretty well sorted for the most part. My son loves this dish, and every time I make it, he's very excited to be having dinner that night. Of course, he's 15. He's excited for dinner every night. All right. Get those crumbs off my hands. Now, you're going to want to cover this with some aluminum foil so you don't get your top layer to get crusty. You want that to still be fairly cracker consistency. You don't want it to get too burned or anything like that. I think this pan, because of its width, is going to take 2 layers, side by side of some foil. Get that on there. Alright. So this is about as easy as a dish as you're going to get as far as dumping everything into one. So once the oven's heated up, this is going to go in the oven, like I said, for about 30 to 45 minutes. Our ingredients were Ritz crackers, a bag of egg noodles, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, and 1 container of sour cream. And then your bag of either frozen, pre-cooked chunk chicken or the strips. You can cut them up, or just fresh chicken, but you'll have to cook them before you put them in. So we're going to get this in the oven, and I'll come back and show you how it looks when it's done. Okay, so we've got this pulled out of the oven. It looks all nice and golden brown, and it smells wonderful. So if you're liking this first installment of the What's Cooking video, give me a thumbs up, follow me, do whatever it is you do on YouTube, and let me know that you liked it, and we'll do another one real soon. And in my kitchen, that's what's cooking.